Hey, this is Notser, and this is a rant about the implementation of firing from smoke in 6.11. The game in the background is the Akizuki in 6.11. We are using inertia fuse high explosive. But you didn't mention the Akizuki in your video. Does that mean that you've changed your mind? No, it means I didn't list every single ship that can use it or has been using it. I didn't mention the Mogami, I didn't mention the Belfast, the Kutuzov, the Cleveland, the Nürnberg. I didn't mention any of them. Because guess what? If they used it before, they're going to use it now. I just merely stated that the Atlanta and the Flint, because they're basically the exact same ship, would really appreciate the 2% increase in fire chance. Does the Akizuki not appreciate the 2% increase in fire chance? No, it does. Sorry. I thought it was understood that I was merely just giving examples. I'll make sure to list all 200 plus ships whenever a change occurs and tell you whether it's good or bad. And that way, the haters can pick and choose which 1%, less than 1% actually, since it's 200 plus, of content is incorrect, and just highlight that fact in comments, okay? I'll make sure to do that next time. Just like a telemarketer, I'll just run through it real quick, half a frame. You can see all the things that you are gonna, you're gonna get from taking this medicine. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's really talk about stuff that we hate. And I hate Wargaming's implementation of firing from smoke. Now you'll notice I'm firing from smoke and I'm not detected. But you'll notice that the ship is still blooming like it's working as intended in 6.10. There's nothing in this picture in the minimap or otherwise that is communicating they changed something. But not, sir. If you press H, you can see. You're right, I can. Oh, but I don't want to have to do that. I think you should be able to implement it in a game where you've already built in a bloom effect when firing. Call me crazy, but I really expected something a little bit more worked on than what we got. Basically, if you press H, it will show you two new numbers. Guaranteed spotting range, which is 2 kilometers for every single ship in the game, and then a new number, and a very unique number based on your concealment, your skills, whatever. It is main battery bloom while firing from smoke, something to that effect. And it's 2.4 for the Akizuki. Now, I also love the people who are like, what is your thoughts on this nerf to every class? Really? If a destroyer is firing from smoke, you would have to be suicidal to detect him. I think the destroyer is going to benefit more from the battleship's lack of firing from smoke than the destroyer's lack of 300 to 400 meters extra detection when firing. I just really don't see that as a nerf. When you attach something like a nerf to, you're really suggesting that it is noticeable. Oh, but it is not, sir. Don't you understand? You're not on the same level. I'm not gonna notice 2.4 versus 2. Sorry. But what about all those battleships that aggressively push you? Where the hell are those battleships that aggressively push me in my smoke? If that existed, I would love the game. I'm more used to the battleships that camp behind islands with cruisers and even destroyers on maps like Tears of the Desert. This is a great example of super passive play. And as you can see, nothing changes. Not a damn thing changes. Here's another example. We're sitting in smoke, we're firing on the target. The bloom is going to the max gun range for other stupid reason. If I would have seen this as the final product, I would have said, no, don't do it. It's not that confusing for a destroyer, but for a cruiser, maybe a heavy cruiser like a VIII, that's a really precise range that you have to engage at. And to not have it in real time communicated is a mistake. You know, the VIII might have 7, 8, 9 kilometer range when firing. It could be that you're right on the edge of being detected and you want to consider whether you want to fire or not fire. But you know, I don't get that communicated in the game. I guess I'm just, you know what? Just get good, Notser. Just recognize that you're bad. And once you recognize that, then you'll be better at the game. I just want the game to be good. This is not how you make a game good. You don't implement a change, and there's literally nothing that tells me the change has been occurring, except the person will die, and they'll be like, well, what was I out of the smoke? Was I detected by hydroacoustic? Radar? There's no feedback at all that it works like this now. And that's all I'm asking, Wargaming. Can you please give us a little bit of feedback in real time based on our concealment when firing from smoke? Come on. Not too hard. So yeah, that's the video. That's what we're discussing. Clearly, it's not impacting my play. DDs don't really like getting super close to each other. Yeah. Well, who'd have thought that? Not really a change, right? It's a much bigger nerf to battleships and heavy cruisers than it is to a DD. You'll definitely potentially notice the change in your cruisers, your British cruisers, but I mean, come on. Let's think about this for a second. Do I want everyone to pile on my smoke so it's a perfect target for torpedoes? Or would I prefer that the battleships and the heavy cruisers, you know, play the game around a different strategy so I can make use of my smoke? And maybe a DD can sit in the smoke. You know, I don't really care about a DD. He's pretty cool. He's pretty chill. But when I played a game probably 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, probably 2 days ago, where there was a Minotaur on the enemy team, and everyone piled on top of him. He always had smoke up, and he always had like a 9-kilometer range AA protection because he's got the extra range, and he's got advanced fire training, basic fire training. It's basically a no-fly zone, and everyone is benefiting from the smoke. And it was annoying. It was annoying. Is that you crying about battleships again, Notser? You know, clearly I don't play battleships at all. Clearly I don't. I've just got to get good with the destroyers. That's all. Just got to get good. I just think that from a gameplay standpoint, you want to encourage players to move around the map rather than stay stationary, even if they are staying stationary on an objective. It is not healthy for stationary, stagnant gameplay. I don't care if it's 15 kilometers away or 5 kilometers away. It is not healthy. Does this fix the problem? Absolutely not. That's a culture clash there. You've got to do something way more than reduce the effectiveness of smoke for battleships. I love this commentary. Oh, but all the battleships are just going to camp at 19 kilometers. Good luck. Do it. Like you're totally not doing that right now, and everyone's super aggressive playing the game. It's super enjoyable. Yeah, right. Everyone, of course, is playing the game passively. You know, they're not playing it as aggressively as I do, as some DDs do, as some other players do. They don't want to get their little tiny boat damaged. They're afraid of hurting their little boatie. So they stay behind the islands, and they fire from islands, and that's not going to change. Islands are obviously better cover than smoke ever was. I mean, come on, nothing's going to change. This change is so minor that it's only really targeted at competitive, honestly. Tried to watch a competitive match probably a year ago, and they were just camping in smoke. Just continuous layering of smoke charges from the DD, the cruisers, the other DD. Wow, super high skill teamwork there. Man. Fred, do you have the timer for the smoke? Yes, it's going to be up on 1 minute from now. Oh, it's 10 seconds. We need to layer it again so we're never spotted. Man, that teamwork. Such compelling esports. It's probably the best in the world, right? No, of course not. It's stupid. I'm glad it's gone. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.